We are live from Calgary, Alberta for the first ever NPA, National Preparatory Association Western Session. We are so happy to be here at host Edge School. And what better way to tip off the festivities than having Edge in the white taking on Oakville Prep, making the travel out from Ontario. Jason Tom here alongside Elias Sabate. Elias, 14 great games over the next 4.5 days.
I'm excited for the fan base here out in Calgary and Western Canada to get to see what the NPA has to offer. I think the level of basketball that they're going to see is going to be quite impressive. And yeah, man, it's been a while since we've been on the mic, so glad to be back on.
Absolutely. Oakville Prep looking to open the scoring. Kovarn Armstrong has been a pleasant surprise for the squad. Edge answers back in transition. Imadou Ibrahim with 2.
Trinidad and Tobago starting PG for the national team. Jordan Prasad playing point here, number 23.
.54 seconds into this one. Great to see that the defending U Sport champion Calgary Dinos already in attendance for game number 1 of this session. Jordan Prasad, quick trigger corner, no good. Adate Falar and Adate again pushing it back the other way. Gets it sent back by Armstrong. You know, there's 2 ways you can see the teams that travel out here coming out. You can see them a little jet-lagged possibly. Oakville got in here this morning. Other times they are amped up, ready to go. They don't want to make this trip to come up on a losing cause to start things off.
And they had a pretty extensive warm-up this time around. Kovan Armstrong trying another one from the corner. Fouled on the 3. Got to be careful on the closeout.
Taking a look at Jordan Prasad right there, one of the stars of our league, leading the National Preparatory Association, 7.2 assists per game. Got some of the student section in attendance here for this 4 p.m. game.
And Edge School's got an amazing setup here. I know, Jay, when you walked in, what were your thoughts? I mean, I've seen this place before, but
we'll get you some shots later on in the session. But you know, to pull up here and see, oh, and there's Fofo with that spin. But to see the beautiful settings of the mountains in the background with this great facility, high academics, and very much a strong community feeling when you walk in here. Everyone was very excited. Definitely a buzz brewing with the NPA coming out, and Adate Falar and Adate again from downtown.
Speaking of downtown, he was visiting downtown Toronto last Thursday, visiting Roy Rana and the Ryerson Rams. That was an official visit. Got a lot of feedback from Fofo on that. Said that it would be his top Canadian option if he was to stay. I know he holds offers right now from Cleveland State and North Carolina A&T, but things can really end up changing up for him.
Checking into the game right now for Edge is Alan Spoonhunter. I implore you to check out NorthPoleHoops.com, where Ryan Greco, our feature writer, had an outstanding feature article on Alan Spoonhunter and his Aboriginal upbringing and the crazy path that he's taken to get here to Edge School. Deir Abdul Allah, no good, crashing the boards, not to be, but Prasad pull-up jumper is good. Oakville getting it done on the offensive end, but they seem to be lagging a little bit on that transition defense. Got back that time, though.
And Oakville's actually off to a very good start. They're not forcing possessions here. You saw Jordan Prasad on the last one, just very good recognition with the mid-range pull-up.
Abdullah Allah just begging for that ball, got it a little bit late. Now Prasad gets it into the high post. Nadir no good. Foul called. Manyang Tom will go to the line to shoot 2. Again, we have 14 games. The first today. We got 3 on Friday, 4 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 3 more on Monday. Nicely spaced out contests. You should see all these players at their best. We were hoping to have a look at Amir Rahimzad, one of the best kept secrets in Canada right now, out of Iran. Tore his ACL at the beginning, or just prior to this season, and we hope to have him on the live stream a little bit later in the session. He's been rehabbing, and the rehab's been going extremely well. They thought they could possibly have him ready for this session, but not to be. But that's a name you're going to hear more of as he comes back for his post-grad year.
I got to speak to Edge School's lead trainer, Ross. He works with the hockey program as well, and he's dealt with a lot of injuries like this in the past with guys that have even made it into the NHL, and he says that, you know, Amir has one of the strongest mental bases to get through this injury, and he's almost at 100%. I do appreciate the fact that, you know, that safety has come first, and we'd much rather see his high major potential take the court next season as a 2020. I do feel like the majority of America is going to wake up to him.
Abdullah makes it a 9-7 Oakville lead. Steal by Prasad. Almost lost it. Got it back. No good on the layup attempt. Back
Strong
the other
take
way.
there, but just didn't protect it enough.
Ooh, Noah Leto got away with a little screen action away from the ball. Shout out Noah Leto for the, you know, I didn't know he was a point guard. He was out there dropping dimes by picking us up at the airport a little earlier.
Oh, you should have seen the sharp suit he had on earlier. A little navy blue and with a brown mix.
We were talking about him a little bit earlier. Ade Falarin, a date again. He mentioned he was in Toronto sitting courtside at the Raptors game. Roy Rana pulling those strings, trying to get him on board. And, you know, Fofo struggled a little bit in Ottawa, but he's putting up some great numbers this season.
I think he'd be awesome in Toronto. I mean, if he decided to stay, you know, and play U Sports basketball, the availability on that roster for Ryerson, him to come in and earn some major minutes and maybe even a starting position. You know, Coach Rana giving him that sort of shedding that light on the situation.
You know, and we talk about it all the time, especially when it comes to the National Preparatory Association. We continue to tell these players and you know, anybody listening at home, I mean, there's so many great options at the U Sports level, and we see players now representing Canada on the national stage, the world stage, coming from the U Sports level, getting pro contracts coming out of the U Sports schools. Such a great option that maybe didn't have the same shine as it did 5 or 10 years ago, but totally different now. Oakville now up 4. Alan Spoonhunter from downtown, dead eye.
And that's home turf for Edge School, so I mean, they got to take advantage of the fact that these rims are friendly to them. All that considered, Oakville's off to a strong start, and this would be a huge start for Armstrong as well.
Long 2 there. Big rebound, Tong. In transition, Spoonhunter with 2. Edge is starting to wake up. Prasad working on Spoonhunter.
And it's been the transition D for Oakville. Nothing wrong with their offense, but the transition D's got to really step up. There's Abdullah knocking down a triple.
Has really stepped up for Oakville this season, has Abdullah. Averaging almost a double-double on the year. You can't let your arm go down on Spoonhunter. He's coming out hot off the pine, 2 for 2.
And the University of Calgary in attendance already, taking advantage of home turf, getting some quality basketball. Coach Dan Van Huren, championship coach, also a little bit of experience with the Canadian national team. His assistant Dan Pearson in attendance as well.
That was Trey Campbell from the corner. Oakville has come out with the faucet turned on. Full steam from downtown. We got timeout on the floor. Oakville Prep jumping out to the early lead. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Northport Hoops is great. Like it's provided me a lot of exposure, a lot of connections. Elias and Tarek, they told me what I needed to do to get to a certain level, and that's what I've done. And now that I'm at that level, they keep telling me what I need to keep on doing. And after these 2 seasons in the NPA and the showcases, you become family almost, and it's really cool to be a part of something like that, and to know that people aren't with you just for a show, but they're actually there because they really care about you. Yeah, Northport Hoops is great. Like it's provided me a lot of exposure, a lot of connections. Elias and Tarek, they told me what I needed to do to get to a certain level, and that's what I've done. And now that I'm at that level, they keep telling me what I need to keep.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH Live Broadcasting.
We're back with Manny Tong at the line. 2-point lead right now for Oakville. On the floor for the first time today, Tavon Sheard. Turnover back the other way, turned into 2 very quickly. Ben Gilbert.
And that was a weak handoff there by Oakville Prep, especially that close to half court. You're running a lot of risk. Great play by Prasad.
Gets it right back. Didn't quite have the legs on that one. Rebound, Ibrahim. Adadigan back the other way, spins into the paint. Great drop off. Tong couldn't finish. Edge is going to get it back. The home side up 1 right now, 20-19. Nice little play on the inbounds. Fofo 2 off glass. Leads up to 3.
Largest lead for Edge so far, just 3 on home turf. Oakville's been off to a pretty solid start. And this is a much better Oakville team than we saw from them during that Ohio trip and also in Ottawa. The young buck class of 2022, Cam Harris, putting on some pressure.
Edge getting players in and out. Oakville a little bit undermanned.
Noah Leto, number 24 in the white on your screen, committed to Grant MacEwan University. They could sure use a lot of help. Started off the season 0 for 14, and Noah hoping to come in with his sharp shooting and be effective for him.
Ooh, Armstrong couldn't get the roll. Edge looking to build on their 3-point lead. Tough basket and the bump. Count it, looking for the 3-point play of Brecky Davis.
And the home crowd's into it.
Talk to the guys. We need them.
Starting PG, Fofo Atadogan checking out. Taking a little breather as Brecky Davis is at the line.
Missed the free throw. One of the young guns in this league, Cameron Harris. Jumper is good. I know you've liked what you've seen from him.
Man, for the class of 2022, you look at his physicals and then you project. The fact that he's playing both guard and forward for these guys, he's going to be a special kid. He's got time is on his side.
He's got a great, as you said, projection of the body on him. Every time we see him, he seems to grow a couple inches and put on positive weight.
And Oakville Prep's got to be careful here. It's been the defensive side that they've struggled in the early going.
Three-point lead now for the home side. Jordan Prasad has played this entire first quarter. You'd expect nothing less. Ooh, got it back despite losing it and falling to the ground.
And Oakville Prep, a first-year program, really putting it together quite quickly.
Cameron Harris from downtown. We're tied at 24, and you're right. Oakville, as a first-year program, got a late start on the recruiting trail and being able to bring in some of the players that program director Melvin Brown wanted to bring in. But they really seem to be getting it together right now.
And I've really liked what we've seen from Melvin Brown. He's been aggressive. He's been very aggressive. An Ohio native, former Mr. Basketball in the state, actually. And he's come in here and he's brought a little bit of that American aggressiveness, which we like. He's competitive and he wants to be good and he wants it now.
Big offensive rebound and put back Garrett Prosey. Prasad, taking it into himself, gets bailed out by the call.
It's been a solid first game to get things going here in Calgary. The first winding down with just a minute 20 to go. Home team up 28-24.
I can't say enough about the buy-in from our different programs across this great nation in the NPA. So many of them so excited to be able to bring this league to the different cities across Canada. We started off our season in New Brunswick at Rossay Netherwood School.
And man, what a campus they got out there.
To be able to bookend our league right now with a Rossay Netherwood in the east and Edge School here in the west. Pretty amazing stuff.
CTA Central,
and
champs.
And I don't mean to disrespect our furthest east team in Halifax Prep, who will be hosting the East Session next season.
Now that community out in Halifax and Nova Scotia in general is a hotbed of a community for just in terms of culture and getting a crowd out to games. That's going to be a special event. I'm really looking forward to getting out to Halifax specifically for the NPA session.
28-26 right now for Edge, a high-scoring first quarter. They're in the bonus. Edge will be shooting. Dion Duncan at the line. You can hear head coach Adam Huffman just begging for his team to play some defense. Offense gets the home fans on their feet. Defense is what makes your coach smile. He's not smiling right now. His team's in the lead, but not liking what he's seeing on the defensive end. Sheared with the ball. Harris. Ooh, all kinds of contact, no call. Oakville getting after it. Good battle on the floor. Good sportsmanship, helping up the opponent there. Double. 32 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Edge going to try to get themselves a good shot not trying for the 2-for-1. Good ball movement. Spoon Hunter, 3 from 3 for downtown. Alan Spoon Hunter has the flamethrower out early. 7 seconds to go. Sheared, keeping it himself. Here comes the double. Got to move that ball. Harris, no good. 32-6. Oakville Prep down 6 to the host Edge School after the opening 10 minutes. We'll be back after a short break.
Is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand down.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Tell me, is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand down.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiry. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in, no good. 2 seconds to go. Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market.
You haven't missed a thing. Jordan Prasad with the rock. Trey Campbell. Nice pass. Ooh, Armstrong could have came down with it off his hands, out of bounds.
And that looked like it was deflected a little bit by Edge. They got away with one.
Also want to shout out the volunteers that will be helping us out here in Calgary, both provided by Edge School and some of the local videographers and technical help that have offered their services. And Alan Spoon Hunter is offering his services from downtown, a perfect 4 for 4 from the land beyond. Enjoying some home cooking right now.
And if Oakville's watched Spoon Hunter in the past, they know exactly what he is as a specialty player. Anywhere that he is on the floor, although you're playing a zone, you got to keep an eye on it.
To number 10, the same indeed.
Leads up to 9 for Edge right now. Spoon Hunter has been the man for them. Prasad is getting up in his grill right now. He's seen enough. Oh, Spoon Hunter and a no look. Alan Spoon Hunter's cooking up a show. Great drop off. Looking for the 3-point play will be Ibrahim. But the Spoon man is dishing it out. Three-point play is good. Edge pulling away in the second quarter, now up 12. Prasad looking to answer.
Love
He's
the
wet
confidence
from range. Again, it's that transition defense really struggling for Oakville. Fofo checking out. Spoonhunter again, nice dime. Great passing from Edge. Ibrahim finishing it off once again.
And Oakville's going to be kicking themselves when they watch this film. They're falling asleep on defense, especially on the right side of the basket.
Prasad looked like he got a bit of a bump there. No call, couldn't get it to go off glass.
And Jason, we're seeing the momentum switch here as we enter the second. Oh my goodness, again.
Oh, halfway down before it popped out. Alan Spoonhunter's first miss of the game.
4 of 5 from 3, plus an assist.
Prasad to Nadim. It's out of his range. Abdur Allah. Ooh, another non-call. Ooh, thrown down. Just over 2 minutes gone in this second quarter. An 11-point lead for the host of this Western session, Edge School. Turnover, tough pass. Harris happy about hearing that whistle finally. He's been bounced around the last couple of times down the floor.
Good recognition from Abdullah, and Harris communicating with him, snuck that one in.
Seeing some flashes from Oakville. I think it's just a matter of this team being able to play together. Really did not have a lot of time together early in the season, and always the last thing that comes around is that communication on defense, Elias.
There hasn't really been any red flags on the offensive end. They're getting the shots that they want. They're getting clean looks, and they're attacking the basket with intent. It's this side of the floor that Oakville's got to worry about.
Ooh.
Good deflection that time, but again, falling asleep to rebound here. No box out, no seal.
Brecky Davis lost it, got it back, and finishes for 2. Kovan Armstrong, great head and shoulder fake. Blocked from behind. Foul called. Easy call for the officials there. Procy. Armstrong cashes the first. Davis, a little bit of a trap here from Oakville. They get it over. Burn 8 seconds off the shot clock though. Fofo staring down Prasad. And switch on it. Davis from range. No good. No one there to rebound, but Harris comes from the weak side. Oh, Fofo. Arms for days, this kid. Manyang Tong, the Euro stepping through the lane, but foul is called.
I've never seen a physique like Fofo's. I mean, 6'10" wingspan for a 6-foot guard. And it's not a stringy 6'10" wingspan. He's really built like a wide receiver.
In his senior season as a day Falar and a date again, very curious to see how things go the rest of his year and where he ends up committing. The National Preparatory Association has a number of players currently in the NCAA, JUCO, NAIA, the U Sports, and CCAA realm. Going to be graduating another crop at the conclusion of this season. Campbell tried to come down with it. Fofo with the rebound.
And he thought about it, and that hesitation sometimes just throws you off. Again, class of 2022, time is on his side, but you know, when you get an open look like that, you gotta let that thing fly.
Trey Campbell kept it himself. Easy finish from Harris. Really seems to be in the right place in the right time a lot of that time. Fofo down low. Tong. Cross court. Brecky Davis. Edge gets it back. Shot clock resets to 14. Looking for Fofo. Off the Tong screen. Fofo with that mid-air adjustment. Yeah, 24-second shot clock. Good call by the officials. 44-33 Edge School, an 11-point lead here in the second quarter. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Game number 1 of 14 of the NPA National Western Session. You can catch us online at npacanada.com. All the stats up to date heading into this session. Got a piece of that on the three-point attempt. You can hear they don't want Cam to settle from range. Just because he was hot early doesn't mean you just stick out there.
Well, he's thinking about him now too, and that's what's really throwing off his shot. Started off very confident.
And that's it, though. You know, I know Oakville's really dying for some size, and I know they're looking for next year to bring in some big men to play with their incredible guard, Jordan Prasad, sheared with the rock right now.
I can only imagine this will be an entirely different squad with a little bit of size.
Prasad, he has to do so much for this team. You know, he leads the league in assists. He's also top 5 in points per game, leading his team in the points per game category. And there's Prasad in transition with the kid. Nice. You can see just starting to get together, these two. That's some court vision from Jordan Prasad.
And his passing touch, man, when you got weapons around him that can score, he's going to make the game so easy.
You know, Prasad, one of those players that did go down and test out the American prep school scene. Didn't quite find what he was looking for. Now back here in the NPA, that's exactly what we're looking to do with this league. Give opportunities for kids who would previously go south, maybe get lost in the mix. Prasad right now kind of rolling with the punches, building for the future. Another year left in his post-secondary career. And I know Oakville Prep is in this for the long haul. You know, they're not looking at just what's happening this season. They're looking for the 3-year and 5-year plan on what they're looking to build. And I mean, this Oakville Prep squad, this is a team that a month ago probably would have folded after falling down by 18, but they battled it back, and they're a basket away from getting it back to a single-digit deficit. Kovan Armstrong. No good. Got the hand in the passing lane. That's Fofo with the rock. 3:50 to go here in the second quarter. And there's a steal. Cam Harris. Man, he's done a lot in this game. Fake pass, then drops it off. Sheared. Kick out. Armstrong. Great swing to Harris. He didn't think about that one, but just didn't have the legs underneath him.
And Harris is going to spend a lot of time throughout the summer just putting up reps from distance and getting that 3-ball a little more fluid.
Foul on both sides of the ball. They're away from the ball. That foul did put Edge into the bonus, though. Fofo, jumper no good. Abdullah comes down with the rebound. Prasad pushing it back the other way. This guy plays huge minutes for Oakville Prep. Pull up Jimmy, front rim and out. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The first game of 14. Spoon Hunters cooled down a little bit. Nice look down low and finish. One thing that Edge seems to have down packed are those entry passes. Ooh, what was that? From downtown, Rona Grual. Not a lot of arc on that shot, didn't need it.
And not many are familiar with Grual, but that's what he does. He's a spot-up three-point shooter, slowly adding to his skill set. But if you leave him open, he's going to make you pay.
Not many people know him, but our director of national scouting does, Elias Sabate. Nobody has seen as much Canadian basketball talent over the last 7 years as Elias. We'll be back. A short break. 10-point lead for Edge.
As the director of recruiting, my job for the showcase circuit is to identify all the talent, get them into our system, and make sure that I'm connecting them with the right coaches, the right fits, and the right levels. Just presenting all of the possible options and having the family and the kid, the prospect themselves, decide on what's in their best interest and what's the best spot for them. If they need help with a decision, we'll be there all along the way. But my job is to essentially connect the prospect to the coach for the right level. If you're one of the kids who are fortunate enough to be evaluated and be ranked and be in our system, you're family for life. We're taking care of you from now up until your recruitment day when we're connecting you with the coaches. And then even after that, up until your pro careers, the NPH scouting service is what links this whole thing together. You come to camp, you get evaluated, you know what you need to work on, you go home and work on it. The next time we see you, it's still family.
Elias commands attention, he commands respect, and he is able to get through to these young student athletes and get through to these kids and speak in a language that they understand and find ways to motivate them and to encourage them while criticizing them and making sure that they get better and that they are held accountable.
We're back. Quick foul call. Garrett Prosey at the line right now out of Lethbridge, Alberta. And there's the putback from Manyang Tong. Prasad, Spoon Hunter with some length trying to cut off Prasad. Armstrong behind the back, Morales. Man, this is ball movement that you did not see from this Oakville prep squad a month ago.
Or even a couple of weeks ago in Ohio. Maybe it was the minus 30 degree.
Northern Ohio in January, gotta love it.
Oh man, that was brutal.
Tristan Jones still recovering. It's okay, he worked his way into his own private suite at the Airbnb. Transition game. It's one place I like to see Prasad improve at, the finishing at the rim with a little bit more strength.
And he's used the finger roll a couple of times. I understand that, he's trying to keep the ball as far away from the defender as possible, but you got to be able to protect it and come up strong.
Oh, Allen Spoon Hunter. Just spoon feeding his teammates consistently. Started off the game red hot from downtown, now he's dropping dimes.
And I just don't understand how Oakville hasn't made that, that progress defensively.
Oh, that's a bad save. Manyang Tong. Throw it down, big man. Timeout needed. Oakville Prep wants to talk it over. They're down 14. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square. Get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow. Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillips, two-hand jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent. Game speaks. There's no politics here.
Basketball gyms in Canada are packed with talent, and that includes every age group on the girls' side as well. This summer, North Pole Hoops held its first ever Ontario Girls Showcase, where 70 players.
Big momentum switch in the second quarter. Home court advantage for Edge School, and they get a pretty comfy lead. Fofo climbs up top, taking it from his teammate. Grant McEwen commit Noah Leto.
Just got a message from North Star Preparatory Institute head coach Darren Leonard. Originally supposed to be flying out of Winnipeg. Weather canceled those plans. Cancel the plane tickets. We're driving to Calgary. They play Friday at 1:30. But again, the buy-in from people across this great league, they're going to do everything they have to get here. 16-point lead through three. Stay with us. We'll be back to the NPA.
The North Pole Hoops Blueprint is a multi-layered system designed for Canadian basketball talent to maximize their potential from grade 5 all the way to the NBA. The NPH Showcase Circuit is your opportunity to learn the blueprint while joining the NPH family. Our pathway begins with 17 exposure camps across Canada for boys and girls ages 10 to 18. Starting with our foundation that is the Junior NPH Showcase Circuit. This level caters to elementary student athletes in graduation to the high school tier. As a camper, you will have the opportunity to enter the NPH National Rankings, where player profiles are created, acting as online resumes. This database is directly connected to a network of over 150 prep and post-secondary programs. By attending our camps, you will maximize on scholarship opportunities, perform in front of national scouts, and get a chance to learn from elite NBA skills trainer David Tyndale. Entering the showcase environment provides every camper an opportunity to measure their talent against elite-level prospects within their region. Top performers raise their stock and begin their recruitment process with exposure opportunities through national rankings, player mixtapes, and connecting families directly to colleges and university coaches. Regardless of age, gender, or talent level, developing professionalism and positive habits are vital for the success of all campers in life and basketball. The Blueprint tackles academic eligibility, self-reflection, assessment, goal setting, and brand management, all aspects necessary to become a professional on and off the court. The NPH Showcase Circuit takes place between April to December in a player-focused environment, while the Canadian National Invitational Tournament in July brings a team-focused evaluation platform. The CNIT brings 100-plus top-tier club programs from around the world to compete for the national crown. Student athletes continue their journey to the next level as North Pole Hoops invites the network of prep and post-secondary programs to evaluate talent live and direct. As the summer comes to a close, high school season remains a lasting component to a student athlete's pathway. Players who thrive in high school are recruited by prep programs to continue pursuing the next level in a competitive environment. At this stage, North Pole Hoops has identified Canada's top basketball prospects from coast to coast, placing them at programs within the National Preparatory Association. Founded in 2016, this league is quickly emerging as a global destination for the world's elite basketball prospects. Utilizing the exposure arm of North Pole Hoops, comprised of digital marketing, live broadcasting, and scouting, NPH acts as a media and marketing partner for the NPA to maximize exposure for our student athletes, helping gain scholarship opportunities. Our ultimate measure of success. Climb the ladder to the next level by joining the North Pole Hoops family and enter the Blueprint.
Indochino to me is a million guys getting a million suits, and each one is different. I think the value is the quality is undeniable in terms of the suit that you'll get, and the fabric and style selection is second to none.
I think when someone puts on a suit, they take on almost a different personality, and they feel comfortable in their skin and who they are, and they feel good. Doesn't matter where you're going, what event you're going to, but everyone feels good in a suit.
I think a lot of what we do is kind of going against the grain, so to speak. Bespoke, made to measure, custom was traditionally only in store. We were the first to bring it online, and as we went through that journey, we really felt that in order to connect with the consumer, we needed to give them true options, really provide a service and an engaging experience that customers would enjoy and remember.
Indochino is a custom-made experience, but with off-the-rack prices. You are in control. So you come on in, you choose what sort of material you're pursuing, choose what sort of prints or patterns you really want to try out overall. From there, you pick out what kind of customizations you want to bestow upon these lovely garments, measure you up, and you get to express what you want, tighter, looser, longer shoulder, so everything sits on you as you want. We do everything all in one for you.
We give a 100% made-to-measure product. So it's very sort of individual and very personalized. It's for them. It's their suit.
Seeing them in their final suit just kind of makes it worth it at the end of it, because you spent time with them, and whether they wear suits every day or this is their first suit, it's exciting. Like, you help them build that and it's theirs.
It's really that ability to create a one-of-a-kind garment that allows us to be in front of many different demographics. I think one of the most interesting things that's happened these past few years is how many customers that are having that truly special event of getting married are choosing Indochino to not only suit up themselves, but suit up their groom's party.
We continually improve not only the profile for the guy, but we improve the quality of our next suit and the suits after with the data that we capture. Indochino sets itself apart, especially against ready-to-wear, because we can deliver you a custom-made suit within 3 weeks. We, on average, take 3.5 meters to make a suit, and we lay that out and we laser cut it with a vacuum. It's amazing to see, over 200 pieces come together to make a custom-made suit. Whether it be hundreds of linings, thousands of customizations, it's like personalizing a car. And I think we've opened a lot of guys' eyes to that experience, and that is why we have a lot of repeat customers.
The future of retail is really exciting. We're showrooming and building a retail market that's totally cohesive with our online presence and our online e-commerce business. We're making it really easy for customers to shop wherever and whenever they want, whether they're in one of the retail showrooms, being able to look, see, and touch the fabric, or shop online from the comfort of their couch on their tablet or their phone. It's completely up to them where they can experience Indochino.
We truly are inspiring a generation of men to dress differently. We're truly creating a one-of-a-kind garment that is yours, and it really landmarks who you are as a person and what your personal style is.
One of the most dominant NPH Showcase performances has got to be Kobe McEwen. From start to finish, he knew what he came in to do. He came in with a mission, and it was to absolutely dominate his opponents and not slack off in any drills. He didn't think that he was too big to be there. He already held multiple offers, but he came in there and he took care of business. Kobe McEwen is definitely one of the most dominant players that has ever come on the Showcase circuit. AJ Lawson is a player that's kind of close to the heart. He's been through the entire process from grade 9 when we first identified him. Came into the Showcase circuit, had so many moments where he's hit buzzer beaters, moments where he's carried his team on his shoulder. He's been a scoring machine. I think his potential is through the roof. He's having a great career so far at South Carolina, and I think that he's one of the players from the circuit and from the system that's gonna eventually make it to the NBA.
Jalen Llewellyn, when he came to the Showcase he was formerly a Father Gates player, which is my alma mater where I went to school. And I remember watching him actually as a 9th grader at Gates, and I was like, that's the best player at Gates, period. And then when I got to see him at the Showcase and how he'd evolved from when I'd prior seen him, it was like, wow, night and day. He was just becoming so much better. And his performance was just it was perfect pretty much. He really couldn't have gone wrong. And to see what he's doing now as he's becoming a man off the court, on the court, over at Princeton. It's really good to see that he's pretty much a perfect example of what the showcases can do and how they can lead you to success. Favorite moment at the NPH showcases, I mean, there's a ton that I could say stand out, but for sure for me, watching Nikhil Alexander shoot the ball left-handed for the first 2 days of camp, the Friday, the Saturday.
I like to go left. I swear to God, on everything, I only go left. I'm only going to go left. Shoot it. What are you shooting at? If I can't shoot my right now. Oh my God.
And then in the All-Star game, make a fadeaway 3 on the corner with his right hand to actually tie the game, I believe it was. I was completely in awe, you know, to see that a player was that talented and that ambidextrous and had everyone fooled pretty much because of an injury. To me, that was definitely a moment where I was like, wow, there's some serious players coming through here. So shout out to him for sure.
One of the most dominant, our goal for the showcase circuit is to turn every stone. If you're a prospect and you deserve the recognition, we're gonna make sure you get it. As soon as you arrive at an NPH showcase, you're gonna feel the energy from the coaching staff. Right after introductions, we're jumping right into it. There's gonna be some elite level competition that's gonna help us filter through the talent. And then there's gonna be skill acquisition, which in itself is a process. Identify talent, as well as capture footage on all the top prospects. Over the course of 2 days, prospects are evaluated. We come to a consensus based off of everyone's feedback from the coaching staff, and then we select the top prospects in the camp to compete in what's called NPH Showcase Top Prospect Game. Game speaks.
On court, we do skill set evaluations, so we evaluate where you're at by position, and then we place you in groups with other players of the similar level where you guys can play and compete in more game-like situations and game-like drills. There's lots of games, a lot of feedback, a lot of immediate feedback in drills, in games where we stop and we coach and help players. If you take the game of basketball seriously and you want to play at the next level, the NPH Showcase is the best place for you to be. You have pros and you have former athletes who have been through everything that you want to go through and who will give you all of the tips and tricks and all of the guidance on how to navigate the process. Not only that, but it's an opportunity for you to get recognized and to set yourself apart from the rest and really pursue your career to the level that you want it to be at.
From the 2-day camp, I mean, I want them to soak up as much knowledge.
We're back for second half action. This half of NPA basketball brought to you by Indochino, the official outfitter of the National Preparatory Association. Hit them up online with the promo code HOOPS. Custom-made suit for $469. Elias, I know you were at the Square One location across from our offices in Mississauga, and they took care of you and one of the head coaches in attendance today.
Yeah, man, it was quite the experience. I mean, Faux Feezy coming off of 1 foot on that one.
Interrupting our Indochino plug, but that's okay.
He's probably one of the guys that are going to get suited up, you know. First team All-Stars in the league, part of their graduation gift.
Everybody here just recovering from the Ade Falar and Adedigan crush. Leads up to 20 right now. Oakville had such a promising start to this game, but Edge has found their footing. Ooh, now from range? No good. Edge has so much length over top of Oakville Prep. It's tough enough when you're battling somebody with more size than you, but when they're getting position and boxing out as well, that is impossible to overcome. No good. Tong brings it down. A date again. No good. Things getting a little bit heated. Gonna
Refs
have a
got
little,
into it pretty quick.
Yeah. And I think they're a little upset about the big man throwing the elbows towards the head. Nadeem going to be gone from this game from a hit to the head. And they're just going to have a little conversation with the Oakville refs to explain why he was tossed from the game. I think anytime you see an elbow to the head, FIBA rules. The NPA plays by full FIBA rules. Anytime there's a hit to the head, you're immediately gone from the game. Oakville now trying to come together right now and rally around, losing a lot of size right there.
Their only size.
Ooh, Vanier Tong, little Euro step into the lane, pushing the lead up to 22. Harris, jumper, is good.
Might have got away with a walk on that one.
Ooh, got away with a foul. Little makeup call there. Campbell. Prasad. Front rim and out. Make those jet lag legs coming into play a little bit for Oakville right now. Brecky Davis, no good. Both teams coming up short from range in the last couple trips down the floor.
And from what I could see from Oakville's offense to start the second half here, they really got to push the ball and get it up the floor as fast as possible and not let Edge set up their defense. When they get into the half-court set, Oakville not really executing like they were at the start of this game.
Alley-oop slam, no. Hanging on the rim, though. That's an easy call for the officials. Tong coming off that weak side for the alley-oop slam. Can't believe that he couldn't get it to go through. Prasad pushing per usual. Harris gets it in the lane. Couldn't get it to go. Brecky Davis.
Brecky's holding on to it a little too long, playing with it near the top.
Oh, Tong couldn't get the alley-oop slam to go. Instead, arcs it in from downtown. Harris. Campbell. Up top, Armstrong. That's deep. Got undercut on the three-point attempt. He'll shoot three.
Silly foul by Tong, recognizes it. Hand up right away, says my bad.
Hey, Dion. You guys talking? Hey, phones.
Edge has pushed the lead up to 25. Oakville hurting without their big man on the floor. Counted it. Spoon Hunter back out there in the backcourt with Fofo. Ooh, that could have been picked off. A date again. Back up top. Spoon Hunter started red hot once again from downtown.
And he's 5 of 7 now from downtown. A couple assists in the game for Spoon as well.
Ooh, Harris lost it. Ooh, get it right back. Armstrong picks it off.
And you can hear Coach Adam Huffman here saying to Spoon Hunter to deny Jordan Prasad. If you can keep the ball out of Prasad's hands, the offense doesn't come as easy for Oakville.
No good. Prasad and Oakville trying to keep this one within striking distance.
Tough take, had better options there. Cam Harris a little frustrated in the corner, wide open.
Ooh, Edge has it going from everybody right now. Procy from range. When you got guys like that starting to find their stroke, that's going to help. Foul, believe on the floor. Oakville Prep's going to get it back. Sheared, not even close, coming off the bench cold. Those are the passes that are working for Edge in this one. Ibrahim has really chipped in nicely for Edge in this game. Sheared, that's a double dribble. That goes completely uncalled by the officials. They're saying that it was poked loose. Kovar Armstrong with a nice recovery there for the block. Sheared thought better of it after missing badly last time. Misses the jumper in transition. The kid, Xavier Spencer, no good.
That's somebody I'm extremely excited about, just to see his future. Right now, they got him very focused on getting lean and getting faster. Seen some of his guard skills throughout the summer. He attended the North Pole Hoops Showcase here in Calgary.
2023 is Spencer.
So important, so pivotal for us to see kids at that young of an age. You know, for guys who are looking to take their game to the next level and figure out the process and plan, make sure you sign up for the Showcase circuit at showcase.northpolehoops.com. I will be there along with Coach David Tyndale, NBA skills trainer. He's worked with Dylan Brooks, Nazareth Long, and the list goes on. Nick Stauskas.
Alan Spoon Hunter.
My goodness.
He's feeling good. Spoon Hunter just pouring it in right now for Edge. Really like what I'm seeing from Cameron Harris. Obviously, still young, making some mistakes out there, but a lot of promise being shown, and there's another kid showing that promise. Xavier Spencer loves seeing the young guns out here in the NPA Western National Session. Abdullah working on the youngin. Kick out, no good. Nice give and go. You can't leave him open. No good. Oakville Prep comes out with it. Abdullah. Once again, Cameron Harris.
It's a good feed.
Just pouring it in is Harris. Transition D. They were there this time, but couldn't come up with the ball. Edge just running the visitors off the floor right now.
And just off, based off what we know of these teams, kind of had a feeling Edge was going to take this one, but they're going to have a couple of tough matchups still left here throughout this week. The biggest one, the biggest test of them all, being against CTA. Two-time defending champ, coming off of an excellent weekend in Rhode Island, playing in some American competition. These guys look like a machine, and that is probably game of the session here.
I'll be coming at you Saturday. Also looking forward to seeing the London Basketball Academy in attendance here. A team that year to year in the National Preparatory Association seems to get it together late. They have struggled off the beginning of this season. They have 5 games going on through these 4 days. So it's going to go a long way into their positioning of NPA Nationals, which is March 20th to 23rd in Brampton, Ontario at Sheridan College.
And as you mentioned with LBA, they got a new addition, Atiki Ali Atiki, coming in from overseas, standing at 6'10". That's going to add a lot of depth for them and kind of allow Michael Mattis as well to step out and play a little bit more of the forward position.
Also a class of 2021 is Atiki. Tough transition pass to throw. Edge easily intercepts that. Ooh, nice drive and dish, but could not be handled. 1:27 to go right now. Oakville, who so promising in that first quarter, putting up 26 points. They trailed after the opening 10 minutes, but since then have only been able to score 25 points through the second and third quarters.
Graywell didn't have any other options there. Decided to let loose and let it off.
Well, Oakville started the game hot from downtown, but they have not been able to maintain that.
And the body language has changed a lot for these guys when they're down. You know, you see things start to fall apart. You see the hands on the hips, and you just want to see a little bit more fight in them.
Like all these teams traveling out here, getting off a flight or a long drive, getting out on the floor right away. Something that at this age, I feel like you do see the difference. And I mean, to have a team get off a flight and get on the floor and play to their highest ability is not something that you always see at this age group. But again, this is all building towards what these players can expect at the post-secondary level. Morales, no good. And you know, this may be a tough game for Oakville Prep to swallow, but it's going to build character for this team both this season and also for their future careers. Prasad, the steal. Sheard picks it up. Inviting the contact to go to line to shoot 2.
And in transition like that, that's where you want to work the give and go a little bit. You know, you've worked, everyone has done the 3-man weave at some point. You got a defender on their heels, touch passes back and forth there between Prasad would have threw them off for an easy layup.
Hey, we need a rebound here. And execute. Execute.
Sheard splits a pair, gets the rebound back. Morales, no good. And then Sheard picks up a foul under the opponent's
and that
backboard.
Freakish wingspan of Mr. Adafaloran Etidogan. Just stretching for those.
Just call him Fofo.
Why? Well, you don't like my pronunciation? Say it for me.
A day Falarin, a date again.
Oh, sorry.
Atidogan. Atidogan. Man, you've known Fofo since before he was Fofo.
I know, but I always call him Fofo.
I know. 17 seconds to go here. Oakville. And here we go. Oh, Danigan tried to windmill it. Get the rebound and the putback. Campbell back the other way now. No good. Edge in control through 3 quarters. Stay with us. We'll be back. 4th quarter action after a short break.
Who wants to play the next level? Hands up. Okay, that's great. So that means ultimately that means the WNBA, that means NCAA, that means national team, that means Canadian University and Canadian College. So our job is to make sure we provide you guys with the tools and the blueprint of how you guys are going to get to the next level.
The North Pole Hoops is recognizing that putting women on the map and putting girls on the map is needed. It was needed a few years ago, and we're getting into the swing of things. And we're going to get them on the map. And I'm here as a women's basketball coordinator to ensure that happens. On an individual basis, they need to showcase their skills and their abilities. It's not just always having the best team going south, traveling 10 hours, doing all this. We're right here in Canada. We have a huge talent pool. It's amazing. I never had anything like this. Not even something I can imagine.
Who wants to play the next level? Hands up. Okay, that's great. So that means ultimately that means the WNBA, that means NCAA, that means national team, that means Canadian University and Canadian College. So our job is to make sure we provide you guys with the tools and the blueprint of how you guys are going to get to the next level.
The North Pole Hoops is recognizing that putting women on the map and putting girls on the map is needed. It was needed a few years ago, and we're getting into the swing of things. And we're going to get them on the map. And I'm here as a women's basketball coordinator to ensure that happens. On an individual basis, they need to showcase their skills and their abilities. It's not just always having the best team going south, traveling 10 hours, doing all this. We're right here in Canada. We have a huge talent pool. It's amazing. I never had anything like this. Not even something I can imagine.
This camp is just the beginning for these girls, who will now be tracked throughout their high school years and given valuable information they need to make.
4th quarter about to get underway. Alan Spoonhunter inbounding from the sidelines. Oakville Prep got in early this morning off the flight. Had a good first quarter. Still hanging tough through halftime, but Edge just came out too much in this 3rd quarter, pulling away right now.
It's only fitting that the home team gets the W. Kick things off here in Calgary. First time NPA session has come out to the West.
Oakville just without any size in the middle. Edge just having their way with them.
Really unselfish play there by Spoon. Very unselfish, considering how well he's shooting it.
Sheared a lot of dribbling just to pick it up. Campbell. You know, that kind of shot is not bad when you're red hot in the first half, as Oakville came out from downtown, but at this point, that's not going to help you.
And what started off as a really tight game has ended up here, for better lack of words, a whooping.
You know, and this is what happens in this league. Yeah, they're going to call it on the travel. So what happens in this league is, we saw Edge come into Ottawa. Everybody was ready to see what they could do. They ended up going 1-3 in those 4 games. Traveling. Oh! Manyang Tong just slapped the Spalding off that leather.
That was more like a volleyball spike.
I was about to say, went to a basketball game and a volleyball game broke out. Good thing the students in attendance in the first row there were ready for it.
I'm sure the video team waved that one down, add it to the highlight package for the Western session.
Campbell, no good.
No legs under it.
Ooh.
Double empty backside.
Spoonhunter with the rock. just under 2 minutes into the final quarter. No rotation on D right there. Wide open three. You can cash it. Dion Duncan.
All smiles for Edge School. It's been a dominating first game here in this session. Graywall tries it again off balance and way off the mark.
Edge just moving that rock around. Leto, no good. Got bounced around a little bit, no call. Duncan, some good defense. Jump ball called. I think it's going to go the way of Oakville as they bring in 3 fresh bodies. Tip-in is good. Getting after it. Armstrong comes up with it. Pushing back the other way. Fresh off the bench. And a tough finish with Maniang Tong looking to block out the sun with the swat attempt. Ooh, nice little pass. Hey, you got to give this to Oakville, man. They're down 40, but they're battling.
At least Armstrong is.
Yeah. Got some guys out there with too much pride.
For me, it's the guys off the bench. If you're coming off the bench and you're not one of the starters and you do get some minutes in a game like this is where you prove your worth.
Hey, man, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing, the building blocks for this program, and Jordan Persad and Cameron Harris, Kovan Armstrong. As Edge coming in with the hockey line change. Coach Adam Huffman bringing Fofo back out onto the floor.
Hey, stops. They've scored 3 straight possessions.
Got
hockey line change coming in here.
RJ Jock, you just said that, Elias. Imadou Ibrahim.
I was looking at this cookie in front of me because I'm really hungry and haven't eaten since on the plane.
It's been a long day. So you're allowed to completely not listen to your broadcast partner, but I am going to call you out on it.
This M&M,
it's been an equally long day for me, my friend.
Cookie, man, it just took over for a second.
Come on, Aaron. Can't be a blow-by. Can't be a blow-by. Let's go, buddy.
Looking forward to getting some local sound on the headsets tomorrow. Josh Arbonneau will be coming along for the ride. NBA trade deadline day, and I have traded up as well, bringing in Josh, as Elias has an opportunity to have a break.
I'll be sitting there for more an evaluative standpoint. Also have a lot of coaches to reconnect with that'll be in attendance. As the season winds down, this is the final session before the Montreal one, and we're talking recruitment talk, just making sure that we situate everybody and ensure that they're being recruited at the levels that are a best fit.
Look at RJ Jock. He's getting out on Prasad, but Prasad pull-up jumpers cash.
I just love how well he handles the ball and how he can just keep it alive. And when he gets a little more aggressive and seeks to be the guy getting some buckets for him, man, he's a special talent.
I mean, Prasad throws some passes that, he just needs to play with guys that can also see that court vision and haul in those passes. And you can see a couple players on Oakville are kind of getting to that level. And Prasad's done a very good job of not getting too frustrated thus far.
And Oakville Prep has 5:19 left on the clock to make this somewhat respectable.
I think they'll look back and they'll see a good first quarter, a decent first half, and in that third quarter the wheels really fell off. Fofo with the rock. He's been putting in some time in that weight room back behind us here. Look at this, a 2-on-0. Ooh, Harris fouled from behind. RJ Jock wasn't going to allow him to stunt on them late.
And a youthful and I would say selfish play by Harris there. Prasad way ahead of him, needs to give that one up. You need every bucket you can get right now. And Prasad is wide open.
Let's go, White.
And we've been talking about him. Jordan Prasad, one of the power performers in this league, leading the NPA in assists per game, top 10 in steals, also top 7 in scoring.
And Prasad is just one of those elite playmakers. When you got weapons around him, he can make you pay. He can hit it from long distance. He's got an offer on the table from Baylor right now. The Trinidad and Tobago days. Coach from Baylor was on that staff. And you see him raining threes here, but with the recruiting pipeline that Melvin Brown's got coming in, I think he's going to have some pieces around him where he's going to be able to show off his vision.
Prasad is a triple-double threat every time he's on the floor. And once he gets some weapons around him, especially a couple of bigs, I mean, he's going to be averaging double-digit assists without a doubt. The leading dime dropper in the NPA right now is Jordan Prasad, but his team is down big the midway point of the fourth quarter here of game 1 of 14 in the NPA Western National Session here at Edge School in Calgary, Alberta. Thank you for joining us on North Pole Hoops YouTube channel. Jason Tom here alongside Elias Sabate.
And thank you to Eunice giving us our visuals from up top on the camera.
Outstanding
fresh to the
job.
Team.
Wouldn't be able to make this work without our local volunteers putting in some time, willing to kind of learn the ropes that we're trying to set out here at North Pole Hoops as the media partner of the National Preparatory Association. Trying to bring things to a different level here. Yeah, Edge trying to show a little pressure here. Good time to practice things in a game situation. Sheard comes up with it. Oh, all kinds of contact over there. They're going to get it back.
And in those situations, Sheard, you want to see him just grab the ball and protect. Not look to make a quick decision. Abdullah has been quiet for the second half. Assertive and aggressive on that take.
Fouled by Xavier Spencer. It's the first. Pure on the second as well. Yeah, that's a tough pass to throw. Abdullah eats that up. Goes back the other way for 2.
MC behind him. Cut, Garrett, down the floor, go.
Oakville Prep trying to put some points on the board late, make this look a little bit more respectable. They're doing a good job of it, and I can tell you this, Adam Huffman's not like what he's seen from the last 5 he brought on the floor, and he's bringing in 5 new ones. These are the type of things when you have national championship aspirations, as Edge School does, that head coach Adam Huffman does not like the look of. These are the things that can come back to bite you later.
And Huff's got quite a sample size of what it takes to be a national championship, at least, competing when he was at Notre Dame and getting pretty far with that team that had Jashawn Henry, league MVP, who's now at Bradley, playing Division I basketball. Fofo hoping to follow.
Well, that's going to help Edge get a little bit more space between them and Oakville. Morales trying to get after it.
I like that we're seeing a little bit more grit here from Oakville Prep as this game winds down.
Ooh, that was... sound like it was all ball.
Looked like it, sounded like it. Don't think the ref had a angle to call that one. That was a little late too. And we're past the 100 mark now for Edge School. You know what that means? Does it mean free pizza? Hot dogs?
Free M&M cookie.
Free live stream. How about that?
Free live stream.
Thank you to everybody for joining us on this live stream. Every game of this session will be on air and will be archived on North Pole Hoops YouTube channel.
Ibrahim has been doing some good things for Edge. Grual no good. Spoon Hunter wants to slow it down with just over 3 minutes to go here in the final quarter. Leads back up to 31. Spoon Hunter will go to the charity stripe. It's the first.
Spoon having a fantastic game. First game here on home court.
We knew he was a sharpshooter coming into this season, but didn't quite have it going in Ottawa. So nice to see this.
Still a 30-point game for Edge.
Yeah, Oakville got that back down to within 20, but jumped back up pretty quick.
And the pressure's coming on, and Oakville Prep forces an 8-second call.
Sheared picks up his dribble an awful lot. Abdullah trying to beat the shot clock. 2:20 left.
Attack sideline north, behind.
Little cross court worked out well. Here comes a trap. Leto gets it sent back. Prasad. Back out, Grual. A nice looking shot. Like the first time I saw it kind of threw me off, but when it goes, it looks good.
That's what he does, man. Now let's see some defense.
Another 8-second call, almost. Off the mark, but Edge just all over the offensive glass. They get position, they have the length, kind of hard to undo that. Trying to draw the 3-point foul. Not happening. Oakville battling in the final minute here.
Black 15.
.113 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, we're live from Edge School in Calgary, Alberta. Making some high school basketball history, bringing the first ever prep session out here. It's been a buzz at the school all day. Really looking forward to the next 4 days. Bringing some high-level basketball here. After this, we have 6 divisional games left on the schedule, along with the Quebec session hosted by Saint Laurent. The Saint Laurent Express will be here tomorrow to take on North Star Preparatory Institute out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Where else can you see Winnipeg High School take on Quebec High School? Only in the NPA. Prasad, nothing but net from range.
Really want to see Prasad get a little more aggressive offensively in the next game. He's one of their best scorers and obviously playmakers.
Oakville's doing decent, almost forcing some 8-second violations, but once it gets over half, they find themselves in a lot of trouble in the transition defense side of things with 42.9 to go here.
Hey, White, no fouls. They shoot on every foul, no fouls. Hands out, play strong.
Gruel. Tight spin on that shot. Got a 7-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Spencer working in the post, gets the roll.
Kid really knows how to use his body and toss his weight around. He's got great strength in his base.
Ooh, Prasad, little hezzy dribble. Kick out, Campbell. No good. Prasad bringing down the rebound. Goes back up with it. No good. Oakville Prep battled here in the early going, but they come up on the losing end as host Edge School opens their host session with a win. We'll be back on Friday. First game at 1:30 p.m. local time, 3:30 in the East. We'll see you then. Thank you for joining us on North Pole Hoops YouTube channel.